Hello, hello, hello. All right, so today we're going to be making a 1998 quarter into a size 8 3/4 ring. First thing we got to do is punch a hole in it. If you guys want to get yourself a coin ring, you can visit coinringmaker.com or tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen here. I think it's still a gold chain. Can you guys see that? While I'm working on this, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. First thing we got to do is punch a hole right in the middle of it. This tool nicely centers our coin, so it's real easy to punch a hole right in the middle of it. Here we go. Nice and easy. How cool is that? There is our punched coin. Just gonna knock it off there. Just like that. And if you look on the inside of the coin right now, it's pretty rough. So we're gonna use what's called a deburring tool. That's this thing. It's got a little curved blade on it. See if we can get it to focus. And it's on like a 360 swivel. So it makes it really easy to clean the inside of the coin. This is kind of the slow boring part, so if you guys wouldn't mind just tapping the screen a whole bunch while we get this done. And test out that gold chain at the bottom of the screen. Check out my shop, see if there's anything in there piques your interest. They're all handmade coin rings made in the USA. And I think they're pretty cool. There's lots of different types of coin rings to pick from, so go check them out. This is called a deburring tool. Now you can see the inside's a lot smoother. Still a little bit of roughness on there, so we'll grab the larger one. There's a couple different size blades for these. I just kind of switch back and forth. Yeah, that looks a lot better. All right, now we're gonna hop over here and start folding. I like to use, this is called a doming block. And since they want the date on the outside of the ring, we're gonna put that face down in there. And it fits just so perfectly in this little indent. I love it. Get a 3/4 inch ball bearing. This is made out of Delrin plastic. It's just really hard plastic. And using that over a steel ball bearing is what I used to use. Makes the details stay just a little bit more. You never seen like a penny smashing machine, man? At like Six Flags or something? You never seen one? They're pretty cool. I used to love them when I was a kid, going to like a zoo or something. Smash a penny with an elephant on it or something. I thought they were cool. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I am Coin Ring Maker. Make coins into rings. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can tap that little gold chain at the bottom of the screen. That'll pull up my shop. Now this is like the hardest thing to film, but this is called a ring stretcher. It's gonna stretch the ring out, and chances are my phone's gonna fall over while I do this. It usually does. It's just really hard to get a good angle of it, but that should be pretty good. Now you can see it's looking more like a ring. It's still got a bit of a cone shape to it. So we're gonna even up that wall and make it look a little nicer. Making a 1998 quarter coin ring. And this one's gonna be 8 3/4. Usually I do half sizes. This one's gonna be 8 3/4. So I'm actually gonna stretch this out a little bit more. I'm gonna take it to 9 3/4, then reduce it down. Oh yeah, 50-cent pieces. I've got a Morgan dollar that I'm wearing today, but 1964 Kennedy half dollars are really popular. They're 90% silver. Also, Walking Liberty half dollars come out really good. Yeah, 50-cent pieces are a bit thicker than the quarters. I think they make really nice rings. You get a lot of cool coin details on them. Here we go. So we got that one up to a 10. And the reason I stretch it out quite a bit is, like I said, it's still a bit of a cone shape. So I don't really like that as like an end result. So we're gonna shrink it back down to help shape it. Usually I work on my own coins. I have done some custom work before. If you'd prefer me to work on your coin, you can go to the get a quote button on my profile. But I do have a lot to pick from, and it's definitely easier for me to work on coins I have. In case I mess up, I've got backups. So I prefer to do it that way. And if you guys want to see some of my work, you can just tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen down here. That'll pull up my store. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask. Getting it there slowly but surely. It's really close, so we just got to get it up to that mark right there. Reduce it just a little bit more. It's on the way. I remember making it. Yeah. Yeah, it should be there. Maybe today. Like, you should get it maybe today. It could be. I did start on YouTube, and one of my other coin ring makers, Coin Ring Czar Factory, he's a guy in Germany. He was like, dude, you should try TikTok. You're really good on YouTube. I think you'd do good on TikTok. And I was like, that's all like weird dances and stuff. I wasn't on the app yet, so I didn't really know what it was. But I tried it out, and it's definitely been a pretty cool ride. I like being on TikTok. It's pretty cool. There we go. We got that right at 8 3/4. Perfect. Did I make one in under a minute? I think that may have been somebody else. I've made one in like 7 minutes. I have seen one where a guy makes one in under a minute. I mean, I probably could, but I prefer to take my time with them. You know? No worries, man. If you guys want to subscribe, my YouTube channel is called Coin Ring Maker. I just broke 5,000 subscribers on there like a week and a half ago. So I can always use more subs there if y'all want to hop over. Pretty sure there's a little button on my profile here that'll get you there. Is there some reason for the thumb ring? Does it mean something? No, I don't think it really means anything. I just like it. I don't know. I like it. I don't think it has any kind of secret meaning. It's just the finger it fit on best, honestly. I like the ring. Yeah, I didn't make that one. But I've worn it for a long time. I got it back in like 2006. Surprised I haven't lost it, honestly. It's pretty beat up. You guys want to see how beat up it is? How ancient? Wearing a ring for years and years. Look at that thing. It's like shaped to my thumb. It's funny. Size 15, yeah, but I couldn't do it with a quarter. My max size for quarters is 13. So for size 15, you'd probably have to do a $half or like a Morgan dollar like this. So the bigger the coin, the thicker the band is going to be, just a heads up. But there's a bunch you can pick from. And this is just super fine steel wool that I'm cleaning this up with. So it's 4-0 steel wool. So you don't want to just grab any steel wool and start rubbing on a ring with it. You'll scratch it up a bunch. But this is like super fine, so it's just going to help shine it up. See how nice that's looking? I'll go ahead and hit it with a polishing cloth here. I've been doing this for about 3 years. And it honestly started as like a weird personal challenge. Like I saw a YouTube video of a guy make a quarter into a ring. And I was like, I bet I can do it. I bet I can. And like I tried. It was not as easy as I thought. But like as I got better at it, I found that I really enjoy the process. And I've learned a lot about coins too, which is pretty neat. But yeah, like 4 years ago, did I see myself with almost 100,000 followers on TikTok making coins into rings? No. Did not see this coming, but it's definitely a welcome change. I really enjoy doing it. It's pretty cool. There is our finished 1998 quarter coin ring. Size 8 3/4. Very nice detail on the inside and out. If anybody'd like to get a coin ring, you can visit coinringmaker.com. You can use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10%. Go check out my work. Link is in my profile. Hit the follow button if you'd like to see more stuff like this. And we've got one more to work on here. I've got quarters in all 50 states if anyone's interested in copper and 90% silver. They're probably my most popular ring. And we're going to work on this Maryland one. I really like it because like the way the plant goes around the ring, it just looks really cool when it's finished. It's very nice symmetrical design. I like it a lot. How long does it take me to make a ring? I usually finish an order within 1 to 2 days of getting it. Like every ring is different. And I try not to rush. But most of them I can finish 3 hours tops. Yeah, you can get your own state. I think it's pretty cool. Also with the other quarters like this one, you can pick specific years. And I've got 90% silver quarters from 1964 and earlier that I can make into rings as well. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and punch a hole in this one. Where's the order form? You can visit coinringmaker.com. There's also a link in my profile. If you want to take a screenshot of this right here, it's got a 10% off coupon code right at the top there and my website at the bottom. I'll leave this here for, 10 seconds. I'll let y'all just screenshot it. And this coupon code is going to work forever. So 10% off at coinringmaker.com, probably forever. So I hope y'all got a good screenshot of that. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Yeah, no problem. If you look at the inside here, it's pretty rough on the inside, so we're going to take our deburring tool and clean that up. The law specifically states, like, you have to have a specific intent with your alteration. You have to like fraudulently do it. So you have to do it with like the intent to like deceive people. So an example of that would be like taking a penny and making it look like a dime and trying to spend it when it's not a dime, like you fraudulently altered it. That's basically what they're speaking on. You can make jewelry and art out of coins. It's perfectly legal, and I think that's a pretty common misconception. But that's really the gist of it. Yeah, no problem. If you'd like to learn more about it, you can visit coinringmaker.com. I co-wrote a blog post like with a lawyer. Like, she helped me write it. We went through the laws. So as far as like United States currency, like that's the basic breakdown of it. But if you want to like learn more, go more in depth into the answer to that question, there is a blog post on my website, coinringmaker.com, and it's just a button that says, is making jewelry out of coins legal? It's a pretty good little blog post. That's where I send like really, really stubborn people who are absolutely certain what I'm doing is some kind of offense. Gold dollars, I've done like gold American Eagles, like actual gold, but as far as like the presidential and like Sacagawea dollars, they're made of about 5 different types of metal. It's just kind of a weird alloy, and I'm afraid people would be allergic to it, so I haven't sold them. I've been making coin rings for about 3 years. So yeah, real gold, yes. Sacagawea dollars, no. We just stretched that out a bit on my ring stretcher over here. It's just hard to film, but we just stretched up there. And this one's going to be size 13. So what we're going to do next is anneal it. This is going to help soften the metal, make it so we can stretch it quite a bit more than usual. See if we can get a better shot. There we go. If you guys haven't hit the follow button yet, and you'd like to, now's a good time to do it. If you want to take a peek at my store, there's a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen you can tap on. It's pretty handy, only if that's what you want to do. This is nice and satisfying here. This is called quenching. Check this out. Ooh. Nice. So now we soften that up quite a bit. This black stuff on here, this is called fire scale. It's actually pretty difficult to remove if you don't know what you're doing. But once we get this to the right size and shape, we will deal with that and make it nice and shiny again. Yeah, there's coinringmaker.com. Y'all go check it out. Again, if anybody has any questions about coin rings, feel free to ask. We stretched it pretty far. Let's see how far we got. About 12 and a half. We still got a little bit to go. I'm gonna go ahead and anneal it again. You guys who are hopping from TikTok Live to TikTok Live, what's everybody else doing? What are all the other lives doing? Are they making jewelry? Am I the only one? I wonder. We've got it pretty big here. We gotta go a little bit bigger. Learning not to talk. Oh, you're learning to talk. I see. Think my prices are too high? That's understandable. I can assure you that they're reasonable for what it takes to produce these the way I'm doing it. I'm not making an excessive profit. It's expensive to run a business, man. There are many costs. We got this up to a size 14. You can see it's kind of cone shaped. So what we're going to do is reduce this top part right here so it's even with the bottom part and get it down to a size 13. I mean, I totally invite you to try and do it yourself. I have tutorials and recommended tool lists on YouTube and my website. If you think you can produce it cheaper and better, I challenge you to, and I'd be impressed if you could. There we go, right at size 13. Perfect. Now I get to go clean it up. This is my favorite part. And we've got our finished ring, sized and shaped. And we get to make it pretty. Let's see if we can get a little closer. See how that fire scale on there? We're gonna knock it off. The first thing I use is 4-0 steel wool. This is super fine steel wool. You want to make sure to get super fine because otherwise it'll scratch up the details on your ring. So you just want it rough enough that it'll knock that first layer of fire scale off of there, but it won't like leave scratches. So it's called super fine 4-0 steel wool. You can see how well that's already knocking it off. Now, it's not going to take everything off, but it is definitely going to get the majority off of there. Can I make Texas? No, you have to either pick the year or the state. I think they made Texas quarters in 2007. So you'd either have to go with Texas or 1968. I would recommend Texas because I can do those in 90% silver, whereas 1968 is only available in copper clad. Trying to catch my breath. If you guys haven't hit the follow button yet and you'd like to, now's a good time to do it. And like I said, there's a little gold chain at the bottom of the screen. That'll pull up my store if you want to check out some of my stuff. So we got a good majority of that fire scale off of there. Now I use this. This is called Mother's Polish. That's really, really good at just melting away the rest of that fire scale. You should get your order within a week. I usually finish rings 1 to 2 days after the order is placed. And then shipping time is like 4 to 7 days. But my packages are pretty small, so they show up pretty quickly. So most people get their stuff within a week. I say a week and a half, just to cover my butt. But most people get them pretty quickly. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to ask. Now we're just going to completely coat this thing in this stuff. And then just kind of let it chill on the surface of it. Kind of like let it do its own thing for a second here. And I'm going to let that sit there for about 2 minutes. So everybody here has a couple minutes to go visit coinringmaker.com. Just tap the gold chain at the bottom of the screen. You can use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10%. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask. Don't mind the dirty rag. Here, we'll show you a bit of the ring we're working on. We'll throw that right there. Yeah. How many do I make a day typically? It really depends on how many orders come in. Most I've done in a day is 20, but that was like a crazy, crazy day. This will be the 3rd ring I've made today so far. I'll be right back. You don't know your ring size? The best way to get your ring size is either visit a jewelry store and get size there. They used to do it for free. I have heard a couple reports of jewelry stores trying to charge people for ring sizing. If that's the case you run into, you can visit something like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and they've got these like keychain looking things that are ring sizers, and you can just find your ring size right there. I do offer 90% silver rings as well as like fine silver rings. So not everything has nickel in it, just the copper clad. How many millimeters is the thickest ring I make?
How's it going?
Good. I'm live right now.
I figured I just want to say, how's it going?
It's good.
Okay. I'm going to go. I have Kyle. So.
Okay.
Just make sure we follow through with our schedule that I had planned earlier.
Yeah.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Corn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You good? Yeah.
We're good.
Love you. Good luck on your life.
Thanks, babe.
Dude, you want to show the group my nasty finger?
No.
Oh, fine.
No, that's okay.
Love you.
Love you too. Bicentennial's tricky for silver. The most silver they had for Bicentennial was 40%. So I still don't think that's quite what you're looking for. As far as the thickest millimeter I make, that's probably going to be 1 ounce silver round. So this is a Canadian maple, 1 ounce fine silver. I have quite a few 1 ounce fine silver designs you can pick from. And I'll go ahead and show you how thick that is in millimeters. So it's about 13.5. Pretty thick. I like the Morgan dollars and peace dollars. They aren't like as chunky, but they're still pretty big. I think they're... We'll go ahead and see how thick they are. So yeah, they're about 12 millimeters, which I think is pretty good. All right, we've had this polish on here for a while. Now we're going to start rubbing this clean. I'm trying to think of if there are any bicentennial silver coins, but I don't think there are. Like I said, they made like 40% silver quarter bicentennials, but I haven't even made rings out of those because I don't think they're like good enough. What's going on, man? Working on a Maryland quarter coin ring. For quarters, the biggest I can make them is 13. The bigger the coin, the bigger the size range. So like for 1 ounce rounds, I can make them up to like size 20. Yeah. I don't know. If you didn't focus on the date so much, if you went with like a state quarter, I could do 90% silver on that. But yeah, bicentennials are tricky. Thank you. Now we got the clean rag. Yeah. I mean, feel free to hit me up. If anybody has any questions or wants like a custom coin ring made, I do have a button on my TikTok profile that says get a quote. You can contact me through that pretty easily. I really like the plants that go around there, little wreath. Very nice, very nice. Well, guys, I'm almost done here. If anybody else has any questions, now is the time to ask. If you haven't hit the follow button yet, now's a good time to do it. We're about to head out. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I hope to catch you next time. And we'll hit it with polishing cloth. Very nice, very nice. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. We'll catch you next time. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Colorado. You just missed the whole show. Go ahead and hit the follow button, and hopefully you can catch me next time. But I'm heading out. Peace.